Rock the Ripple. Rock the Ripple. The Rock the Ripple podcast with Narita McInnes.
Let's do this. Hello and welcome to another episode of the Rock the Ripple podcast. I'm your host, Narita McInnes. It is so awesome to be here with you as always. And today, before we dive in, I think I've said it before, but in case you've missed it, the Frequency Shift app is now live and ready to rock. It's free to use and download, so check it out. I will link it in the show notes and description. It is there to help you reprogram your subconscious mind for your version of success so you can be all that you came here to be. There's activations and meditations in there, and there's also tracking tools so you can keep track of your activation that you're currently working with and your non-negotiables, the non-negs, so you can keep a visual of how you're going with that. It has a graph so you can, it's very fancy. So check it out. But yes, with that said, let's dive into today's episode. And it is all about, do we raise our vibration? Do we? Okay, so hear me out on this. I am someone who absolutely uses the term raise your vibration. And it is a term that we hear so much. We hear it a lot. And it can mean different things to different people. So I want to break it down to share with you what I'm meaning when I say raise your vibration, because it isn't just about rainbows and unicorns. When you raise your vibration, you're raising your frequency and you are becoming more aware of how you're showing up in the world, and you are raising consciousness. So when you raise your vibration, you're raising consciousness. Now, does this mean that you are always in a happy, kick-ass mood every single moment of every single day? No, it doesn't. What it means is when you raise your vibration and you've raised your level of awareness and consciousness, you may have some crappy days, but because you have raised your vibration to a state where you know that that may happen, how you recover and how you respond in those scenarios is a lot better than if you were in a lower frequency all the time. So, for example, we know David Hawkins' scale of levels of consciousness in his book, Power versus Force. He has this levels of consciousness, and we know that fear sits at around 20 or something, and that's the frequency of fear. And then the level of, I think it's love sits at about 600 or 700. Someone please put it in the comments or remind me. But it's a higher frequency, and there's different layers and levels. I probably should have looked at it before talking about it. It doesn't matter because I didn't know I was going to be talking about it. But the point is, those levels and layers are there to give an example, a bit of a visual of where things sit. So if you think about it, if people are in fear all the time, they are easily guided, let's say, because they're in fear, so they'll do whatever they can to get out of fear. If you're not operating from a frequency of fear, but a frequency of love or a frequency of feeling content or that sort of thing, you're less likely to make decisions that poorly affect you because you know where you're at. Does that make sense? So your level of frequency of when you raise your vibration, you're raising your level of consciousness, you're more aware of what's going on, and you can walk around the world and your daily life knowing that, yeah, some shit things are happening. You might be at the grocery store and you can see someone's having an argument with their kid or something like that. You don't fall into the frequency of, oh, what an annoying pain in the ass that little kid is. And maybe that's what the parent's thinking, probably, sure. But you are in that frequency of understanding, well, that's life. That person might be having a really tough day and your heart goes out to them. But you're able to go, oh, they're having a bad day, and not let it affect your frequency and your vibration. Like if someone cuts you off in the road, I've done this thing now. I can't believe I'm going to say it here, but I will say it anyway. So quite often, like when you're hooting around in your car if you drive. Even if you don't drive, you've probably been in a car. And then you see someone who's just sped past you, they've cut you off, whatever. They're on a mission and, you could get that road rage thing happening, or you could flip it and say, well, maybe they've got diarrhea. Maybe they really got to get home for something. Or maybe there is something that they're getting to that, is crazy for them. And, if we knew their story, far out. It's not to say just accept everything and just, that guy just punched that person in the head. Accept it. No. If someone's done that, you know what to do. It's not about accepting to the point, I really hope you're getting I know you're getting what I'm saying, because we're here. You're picking up what I'm putting down. But yeah, so when you are coming back to raising your vibration, you're more aware, you're more conscious, you're raising your level of consciousness, you're operating from a higher frequency, and you are able to navigate life from a higher perspective, knowing that when the shit hits the fan, that you can handle it, that you've got this, and it doesn't mean that things won't be hard. It doesn't mean that you won't have some gut-wrenching times. It doesn't mean any of that. But on a level that you have expanded your awareness and expanded your consciousness and raised your vibration, you know that you can get through this. Does that make sense? I hope I've explained that in a way that makes sense. But yeah, I guess because I've heard a lot of people talking about raise your vibration and how you interpret things. I mean, even everything that I'm saying to you right now, how you're interpreting it is completely on you, and what you take from it. You may resonate with some of what I say. You may think some of it's codwash, or you just might be like, yeah, I get it. That's how I feel as well. But even if you do get it, I can't be sure if you're getting it on the same way as me, because I'm not in your head. I'm not in your body, So yeah, that's that's that as well. It always comes back to perspectives as well, doesn't it? Gosh, I've been talking about that a lot lately as well. So yeah, do you find that too? When you hear the term raise your vibration, what does it bring up for you? Do you feel that as well? Do you feel like it's that raising your consciousness, your awareness, being aware of what's going on around you and within as well, obviously, because everything starts there. So yeah, that's my little ditty today, I think, around raising your vibration. I would love to hear from you and hear your thoughts on this, because of course we grow and evolve together, and what your insights and may help others and inspire others and get people thinking in a way that they hadn't thought of before, or maybe just make them feel like, oh, I feel that too. So yeah. I think I'll leave it there for today's little episode of the Rock the Ripple podcast. Thank you so much for being here. As always, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do click like. If you're listening to this on the podcast, give it a review wherever you listen to podcasts, that is. I have all the links to everything in the show notes and description, so you can check out the Frequency Shift app there. You can also subscribe to the newsletter that I send out each week at the start of each week on a Sunday night. You can subscribe to that as well there. So, all right. So aside from that, thank you again for being here, and I will look forward to catching up with you next time.